right, what's up, everybody? It's Kelly T with I Am Financial Group. Today's lesson is on the 5 key factors in what creates your credit score. Number 1, we're going to talk about, everyone should know this, is your payment history. Long story short, you simply just need to make your payments on time or before time. Okay, that's just long story short, because this is one of the highest percentages that makes up your credit score, which is payment history. Number 2 will be the amount owed, also known as credit utilization. So what does that mean? In essence, if you have a credit limit of $100, the ideal scenario is that you want to have 30% or less used of what you can borrow by the end of your billing cycle period, because that's when it will be reported onto your credit. Simple example, if you have a $100 credit card and your billing cycle period ends on the 18th, for the sake of this example, then you want to have $30 or less owed. So let's say, for instance, you had used the whole 100 up, but you just need to make sure that that is down 30% or less, which in this case at $100 would mean you would owe $30 or less. If you owe $30, if you owe more than $30 by the time that billing cycle period ends, out of that $100 credit limit that you have, then you're going to be over the threshold, and that will cause a negative effect onto your credit score. You'll be over that 30%. And actually, although the industry standard is 30% or 30%, we like to say 20% or less even, because the lower your debt to credit limit ratio is by the end of that billing cycle period, the higher of points that will reflect for you on your credit score. Okay, so the third factor in creating your credit score will be the length of your credit history, which that makes it about 15%. And I forgot to give you the percentage of the makeup of your credit score based upon the first 2 that we spoke about, which is your payment history and also your credit utilization. So for payment history, it was about 35%, and for credit utilization, it was about 30%. Now for the length of credit history, that's going to be about 15% of your overall credit score. This averages up the amount of time that you've had the credit cards for. So for example, if you had 5 credit cards, and let's just say each of them you had, 3 years on it, that'll be 15 years altogether out of those 5 credit cards. So you would do 15 divided by 5, which will give you then an average. So that means you would average about 3 years of length of credit history. Okay, so long story short, in order for it to reflect positively for you on your credit report, once you get up there like 6 or 7 year average of maintaining credit history, that's when it will begin to reflect on your credit score more positively. But until then, it will have adverse effects on your credit score. Okay, so that was number 3. So number 4 factor on creating your credit score would be new credit, recent applications that have been submitted for credit. So the reason that this will come up as something negative is because although, applications for credit is normal, if you're having frequent applications for credit, then this may look like a call for distress for the banks, like you're in a financial bind because you're frequently trying to apply for credit, trying to attain credit. So this could have adverse effects on you, and this makes up about 10% of your overall credit score. So it's very important to keep that in mind. If you're opening up several new accounts, this can indicate a higher risk for creditors, especially if you don't have a credit history. So that was number 4. All right, so the final factor, number 5, in what creates your credit score would be your credit mix. So this pretty much assesses the variety of credit accounts that you have, from mortgage loan, auto loans, credit cards. Although, having a varied credit mix can reflect positively on your credit score, it's not necessary to have every type of credit. Okay, so you don't need to have 20 credit cards in order to build up a great credit history. Okay? Having a diverse mix of credit, it shows that you're able to manage credit responsibly in all type of different credits, but you don't need to go overboard with it. Okay, so let's review what we went over today. The 5 factors that create your credit score. One was payment history, which takes up about 35% of your overall credit score. Then you have your credit utilization, okay, also known as your credit use, which takes up about 30% of your credit score. Then you have your length of credit history, which takes up about 15% of your overall credit score. Then you have your new credit, okay, which takes up about 10% of your credit score. And then finally, we have the credit mix, which is another 10% that makes up your overall credit score. All right, so that's it for today on the 5 factors to creating your credit score. Hope you've learned a lot today. If you'd like some more information and education on how you can transform your financial situation, you can give us a call at 954-751-8533. You can also check out our website, which is imfinancialgroup.info. So it's it's the letter I, the letter M, the word financial group.info. imfinancialgroup.info. All right, this is your man Kelly T with I Am Financial Group. Hope you have a blessed day. Peace.